G'day everybody, Brian from Bobcat Lawn Care in Yass, New South Wales, Australia. It's Tuesday the 15th of July. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a massive 6 degrees Celsius and we've just had a bit of mizzle through. So great day. I did a bit of work around my own place earlier this morning. I just cut back the roses and the crepe myrtle around the side. I didn't put that on video. But what I'm going to do today, I don't think you can see it in the background because the camera's a bit tilted, but I've got my trusty ZT2000s behind me here. I've got the old one, I've got the new one. I won't show that today, but I got a request from Skunkman up in Toowoomba. G'day mate. Toowoomba, for those of you, is in Queensland. Be about 1,000 kilometres away from me, so it's completely different. And but just with regard to the servicing and let's call it the general maintenance of our mowers, he just asked me about the shroud which goes over the motor, and I'll show that in a second. You know, do I take that off and clean out underneath that, because there can be some you know, dust and rubbish and debris get in there. So we're going to give that a go, you know, while I've got time to do it and not in the heat of the season. So I'll just turn the camera around and we'll have a bit of a look at that. So I've got this in my hands at the moment, so it'll be a bit wobbly. So what we're looking at is, this is what we call the shroud, which goes over the top here. It's got various nuts which are holding it on. So I'm going to loosen them up and undo them, and let's see what's underneath. Also, just removing the top covers. Pretty easy. Just lift them up, pull them up. Should come off pretty well. One, two, three. I'll just leave them in there. Then I've just got to remove this, because that's what's, you see there, that's what's holding it in, that grate which goes over the flywheel. Just get the right tool for that. One moment. So we've got this, let's call it this, the steel spanner. One, two, just loosen them first. I think that's got it. Yep. Okay, make sure you don't lose that. It's a little bit dirty in there, but I'll just put that to one side. Okay, a little bit of crud in there, but I'll get rid of that, and there we go. And where are we? Sorry, Brian, air filter, or sorry, where the air filter was, and there you go. So what we've got, look at that everyone. We're going to give that a good clean. So I'll just come from the top to show you. But I'm sure you can see that over here, but we'll just get a top shot. So I've just handheld here at the moment, everybody. So look at this stuff here that's accumulated and around here. So we're going to give that a clean. I'll get the air blower onto that, and then there's a bit in there. Interestingly, nothing really here on these fins, but here there definitely is. So we'll give that a clean. This is quite thick. See it coming out the bottom here. Really caked. Look at that. That's very caked. That's got it. Just grab the torch and have a look. Still some down the bottom there. This one's really good. It's this one here. Yeah, that is a bit caked down there. May have to take this little shroud off. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of fiddling around with the screwdriver to get right in there. I don't think you can see right down, but as we saw at the start, there was a lot of caked material in here and on this side. That's all clear, which is great. A little bit dusty in there, but that's not too bad. I'll give that another squirt with the air hose, and this is clean. It was just really getting that real cake stuff out of there. I'll take this off and give it a clean as well. So that's all done, everyone. Just a little tip, and it's my mistake, but just get an aerosol can top, put it over that to stop. It fits really well. to stop any dust getting down there. I've given that a good clean out because that was my mistake. But as you can see, I've got the shroud back on, and all I have to do is really just reverse it. So just give me 1 sec and we'll do that. So I'm just doing them by hand first. You can see this one with the bracket. Just do that. One around here near the fuel filter. I just don't want to strip anything. Just want to be careful. Around the front here. They're all going in very nicely. One round the side where the dipstick holder is. That one's a bit tighter. We'll just redo that. That's better. And then the other one is where your drain hose goes, or that clamp goes. And one's gone on the ground somewhere, I think. So just bear with me and I'll go looking for that. Okay, I didn't show it, but I've just got them all pretty much hand tightened now. So I'll just do them up. Snug. Snug. I had this one hand tight, but anyway, just do that up a bit more. Snug. 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 And one to go. Snug. Put the fuel filter screws back in. Sorry, fuel pump screws back in. Snug. This one. Yeah. It's a bit loose. That's better. Okay, straighten that up. It's loose. Filter back on. Tighten that. Oh, come on, baby. Tighten that. Very good. And then we'll just put these back on. Remember that. Just do these by hand first. by hand first. Tie two. 1, 2. Let's get this up. Just check. Boom. Done. And then the cover. Push that down first, then that down. And there's always one that doesn't want to play ball. And that's this one. There we go. All done. So that's a bit of a clean out under the shroud of my older ZT2000. It's got 573 hours on it. So the only mistake I made, and it's my fault, I needed to cover the hose that went into the carby, and all you need to do with it is with an aerosol cap, you know, like a WD-40 or strike hole dock, and that is a good snug fit and won't allow any dust or grime to get down in there. So but other than that, it's clean, and that's good, because it allows the air to flow through and not get hot and maybe blow the engine up. But anyway, short and sweet this week. And as I said, that's for you, Skunkman. Hopefully that's been helpful. It actually's been good for me. I've been meaning to do it for a long time, and I appreciate him asking the question, and I'm glad I did it. So I'd recommend to everybody during the off season to check under the shroud of your motor. And as you all know, I religiously every day blow down my mower and mowers with my air hose, and it's got an air gun so it can get into all the little nooks and crannies, just to keep it out of there and have no surprises while you're in the peak of the season. So thanks, Skunkman, appreciate that, mate. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, to all my mates in the Northern Hemisphere who are in the midst of mowing and it's hot. Hang in there, guys. It's just around the corner, and guess who will be starting up again soon. So anyway, thanks everybody, and I'll catch you soon. Okay, well, let's look at the new one now, or the newer one. We'll just get everything off. That's off. Remember, don't lose that. I won't take all the bolts off. I'll just loosen them. Because really I was just learning myself on my old mower. So I should be able to leave them in. By the way, that's a 10 mil. It's a bit looser. Nope, that one's a bit tight. Filter out of the way. Turn the pipe around. Now I got to remember where I put that black plastic cap. I put it somewhere safe, as you always do. While we're doing that, I will. There it is. Snug. Take the fuel pump screws out. Yep, right. Philip said those ones. Got that. Okay. And wiggle wiggle. Maybe it's not wanting to wiggle too much. Just loosen things a bit more. That one's loose. That one's a bit tighter. This one doesn't want to come out. Just loosen him. Just get that off there. That's better. There we go. Oh, guess what? I'll just have a look at this too. So just coming from the back here, we can see a little bit in there. We can see some over there. Nothing like my old one. But look at this in here. In the same spot and around some electrical wires as well. So we're going to give this a good clean too. Look at that around the starter motor. So I'll give that a good clean now. And I'll just come back here a little bit. So let's give her a squirt out. But if you look at that, it's fairly sort of caked. What I might do first is I'll just prise some of this out. Oh, look at that. Just so I loosen. Oh, there we go. There's a good bit in there. There's a good chunk in here. There it is. Oh. Get this out. Look at that. Gets everywhere, doesn't it? I think it's best to get these harder bits out Just being a bit delicate with the screwdriver. And then I'll give it a good shot with the blower. Do that right now. Grab the torch. Yep, beautiful. Yep, excellent. So that's all nice and clean now. So we'll just go a bit closer and then you can have another look. And we've got the torch, everything's clean. So very happy with that. Worth the time to do that little exercise. So I've got the shroud back on, everyone. A little bit of wiggling and jiggling, but it's no big deal. Turn that around. Grab the air filter. Whack her in. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. Done. They're all on, so I just tighten them up by hand initially. That one's a bit tighter, that one's tight, this one's alright. Just get him back up here. You can see where that was before. Like I said, I just don't want to do it. Not that I haven't taken these out, so not like before. It's all pretty good. Okay, we'll tighten them up. I'm just using my baby socket today. Oh, socket wrench. Pretty good because you can get into tight spots. Snug. 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 Don't lose that one. Let's check this one again. That's tight. That's all tight, everyone. And let's get this baby on. by hand first. Like I said, there's always one. Done. So just wanted to show what I used today. So I've got a little 10mm socket. It's tiny, but it's very good. I've had these sockets for over 40 years. So I bought them when I was in uni, and to do the work on my own vehicles and stuff. Just a normal flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and as I think I showed before, this is, let's call it the steel spanner or steel tool, which actually fits beautifully into the top of the grill. So there we go, everybody. Both of them done. I guess I was learning on the first one and obviously quicker on the second one. So when you get to know, pretty much you've got to take the top off first, and then the shroud comes out pretty easy. You got to do a little bit of jiggling and you got to be a little bit careful, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. But really glad that Skunkman, that you asked me, and I've been meaning to do it, and I'm really glad I did, and then do the video for it. Obviously there was more rubbish under the shroud under my older little ZT2000 than my newer one here, but they're clean now, and I'll just make a bit more of a mental note to do that. Maybe, you know, like if I get a rainy day or something over the summer, I'll definitely do it, just to keep them clean. The ZT6000 actually has two little covers where it has FX801. They're sort of, I guess, sort of triangular, sort of a bit like that, that you can take off and get in there and blow with the air gun, whereas these ones you've got to take the whole shroud off. So, but I'm going to have another check on the ZT6000. I know it'll be right because I did that once or twice during the season, so it'll be fine. But that's another little bit of maintenance done over the winter. I do plan to have a look at the blades and those sort of things. Most probably give them a sharpener and stuff like that on these two little, actually the older one, it's not far off basically just replacing the blades, whereas my newer ZT2000, it's got, I think there's about 50 hours on those blades, so I'll just give them a bit of a tidy up. I think there's 25 hours on the ZT6, so I'll give them a tidy up as well. So yeah, so that's it. You know, nice and chilly. That took about an hour and a bit, but you know, just learning and not in a hurry and all that sort of stuff, but well worth it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thinking about everybody up in the northern hemisphere, because they're full steam ahead and it's very hot up there. It's in the 90s to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas here we are, you know, 6 degrees Celsius. But that's the way of the world. So all the best to everybody mowing away. Keep your chins up. finishing just around the quarter. Maybe, what have you got? August, September, maybe October, November maybe. Come September, October, I'll be getting back into it. So thanks everybody, and I'll catch you soon.